Alright. Hey, what up, guys? It's your boy Amber. You already know.
And Water Exodus here.
The awesome duo. Y'all already know how it is. The Water X has been scaring me the whole fucking night, but.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, we got some ghouls hanging out with us, some goblins hanging out with us.
Ghouls and goblins. Dude, I don't know what it is, but it's something weird. So, anyway, let's continue. A picture. In the drawer was a single picture. What the fuck? What? I'm clicking!
No way.
I am clicking this. Are you fucking serious right now?
It doesn't want us to finish.
Oh wait, what the fuck?
Oh, that's crazy.
What
Man.
the fuck? What? No. Okay, I can't. No.
We have to continue.
We have to, but this is fucking. You saw? I don't understand what happened there.
The game doesn't want us to finish.
This is nuts. I clicked. I used the keyboard. I even. Okay, let's not wrap our heads around this because this is just so weird. In the drawer was a single picture. He picked it up. It was a photograph of 4 men. What is this game trying to portray to me that it wants to do this? Oh, look at these. Involuntarily, Junpei's eyebrows shot up. He's seen 3 of them before.
Oh, is that the captain?
This is the captain.
The one with the glasses is the ninth man, right?
The ninth man. And you already know who this is.
Is that Ace?
That's Ace.
Oh, son of a bitch, I knew it.
On the right was a man with a mustache. The same man they found murdered in the captain's quarters. They'd been wearing the zero bracelet when they found him. I mean, he'd been wearing. Second from the left was a man wearing glasses and a doctor's coat. He was the ninth man, the one who'd worn bracelet number 9. He had gone into door 5 alone and met an unpleasant end. Remember what Zero said from the safe, that he will punish the sinners. So that's all I'm going to mention. Finally, the man on the very left, the man in the pinstripe suit. Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it. Seven and Clover had come over to peer over Junpei's shoulder. But what did it mean? What was Ace doing in the picture? Perhaps more importantly, why were the ninth man and Cap in it as well? As Junpei looked closer, he noticed the expression on each man's face. Their smiles suggested that they were close, at least to some degree. But why? How? What was the relationship between these 4 men? Snake's voice broke into Junpei's thoughts.
You say Ace is in the picture?
Yeah. It doesn't look like it was taken recently, though. Ace, the ninth man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the ninth man that you had found murdered in the captain's quarters are also on the picture?
They're forgetting someone else. Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kind of long hair. He looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize. Snake knit his eyebrows.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
LOL, the back?
Yes, the reverse, the other side.
Junpei flipped the picture over. There it was. What does that say? Paying for the success of the Nonary project with Nijisaki Kubota and that guy.
Yeah.
I don't see the date though. It must be hidden in that like corner or this one right here because I don't see it. To be precise, it wasn't a date, but it was certainly significant. Okay. He read it out loud so that Snake would not be left in the dark. Praying for the success of the Nonary project with Nijisaki Kubota and Musashido. The Nonary project? Nijisaki? Okay, come on. I don't want to read that again. Junpei immediately flipped the picture back over. That meant the 4 men in the picture had run the Nonary game 9 years ago. Also means that Ace was the one who wrote that. Only Hongo had not been mentioned on the back, which Junpei felt meant that he had written. Damn it! It's like I say something and then they mention it right away. Stupid game. But what surprised Junpei was not this revelation, but the fact that it felt nothing like a revelation. It felt obvious. That their true identities did not come as a surprise was what Junpei found most surprising. Why then? Why wasn't he surprised? Junpei had just discovered that Ace had run the Nonary project, but he felt no spark of excitement or surprise. Nothing. It was almost as if he'd already known.
Ah, of course. I understand now.
Junpei looked over at Snake. In his own confusion, he had missed the dark look on the other man's face.
Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo? Even as he asked, Junpei felt as though he'd already known. Okay, we get it. Jeez. It was as if someone had whispered into his head that, yes, of course, Ace was Hongo.
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were familiar, too familiar to be a coincidence. I can never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you.
Huh.
Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Oh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh yes, suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago you were in Building Q in Nevada. But Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
Oh, Mylan, I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Clover and Snake's conversation wasn't of particular interest to Junpei. He still couldn't make sense out of his strange feelings of knowledge. He was trying to organize his thoughts when he heard Semi's voice.
Hey, Junpei. Think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
He had no reason to say no, so Junpei handed the picture over. Seven stared at the picture and began to mutter the four names of the project's leaders over and over to himself.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashi Do.
His brow was furrowed and his face was flushed.
Hongo? Alright, come on, we know.
Yeah, seriously. He chanted their names to himself, pacing back and forth across the floor. Seven shouldn't have known their names. After all, he hadn't been there when Junpei and Snake had spoken of them in the library. But as Junpei watched them pace, it was clear that he did know them. Hey, Seven. Do you?
Shut it. Just be quiet.
His eyes were red, and Junpei could see sweat beginning to bead on his forehead.
I'm this close to remembering. This close.
He was sweating heavily now, but his lips were dry.
Hongo, alright.
Sweating profusely, bro?
Cradle Pharmaceutical. Nonary project.
Then he stopped. Seven set down the picture and looked at the red light near his feet. His eyes narrowed. Then suddenly his eyes went wide and he shot straight up.
Shit.
What? What's wrong?
Holy shit. This is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember.
Remember what?
Everything.
Come on, let the guy speak. Holy shit.
Yeah, I remember all of it.
The music.
My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
Seven's voice was filled with excitement. Shock and excitement had frozen Junpei in place along with Snake and Clover.
Let me tell you what happened.
Seven hastily drew a shaking hand across his mouth and began to speak.
Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo. From the right, the other three are Musashi, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashi, though, was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man, and Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiment. Yeah, but we know all that, though, right?
Yeah. Realization began to dawn on Junpei along with a pressing question. How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask why you knew all this stuff in the first place before you forgot it. Seven rubbed the scar on his chin.
You really want to know?
Of course! Me too! Snake was the only one who didn't voice any sort of agreement. It looked to Junpei as if he was simply waiting to see where Seven's sudden recovery might take them.
That's gonna be a while. Gonna take a while. It'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days. Just give us the short version, alright?
Short version, huh?
The big man pulled off his hat and scratched his head. He made a face and put his hat back on.
Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though.
Junpei and Clover nodded earnestly. Oh boy. Sam was a lone wolf detective who valued his own code over the rules, doing what was right over what you were told. That is why, on that fateful day, he'd gone with his gut and gone to the wharf at night in a slim lead. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been dark and cold and foreboding. At the time, he'd been investigating the spate. What is that, like a British word? Spate of kidnappings. All of them children. They all had one thing in common: a history of visitors to one particular hospital. Okay, that must have been the Cradle. Okay, yeah, hospital had been under the management of Cradle Pharmaceutical, and Seven's investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little persuasion, he managed to finally get real leave from someone inside Cradle Pharmaceutical. They told him that that night a ship was set to take the children to where they were being held. From where they were being held to a large passenger liner dock offshore. Seven had, of course, gone to the wharf. Hidden in the shadows, he searched the harbor until at last he found the ship he was looking for. There was a number of human shapes moving near the ship. There were men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. There was something about the way they moved, and as they were carried, there could be no mistake, there were human beings in those bags.
Oh my god.
He had moved before he even realized where he was going. Out of the shadows came this gun, already in his hand. He heard the words, "Don't move," but they weren't his. He felt metal touch the back of his head. "Drop your gun," came the cold voice from behind him. "I could kill you right now. It would mean nothing at all. I only need to tie an anchor on your feet, and I doubt anyone will see you for perhaps a week or so. Is that what you'd like? The fish would be thankful for the meal." With the words, he felt the cold metal thing pressed behind his skull. Ugh, pressed him against. Oh, jeez. Slowly, Seven crouched down and laid his gun on the ground. Then suddenly, he felt a sharp pain on his neck. A needle. Ugh! Was it some sort of drug? As he was thinking about that, Seven felt his face hit the cold concrete beneath him. He could feel the chill of it seeping into him. Jeez. Oh, damn. Oh, that's you.
Oh, damn it. Shit, my head hurts.
Seven woke to find himself lying on the hard floor. He twisted his neck to peer around the room.
Where am I?
There was a small, shabby bed and a dirty sink. Ew. A toilet with no stall or privacy of any sort. As a cop, it was a place Seven had seen all too often.
I'm in a cell, huh?
Opposite the toilet was a door set into the wall. Seven struggled to his feet and hobbled toward it. He gave the door a good shove, then another, then tried pulling it. No dice. It didn't open. Well, yeah, that was about what he expected. It wasn't likely that someone who would put him in a cell only to leave it unlocked. He threw himself against the door a few times, but to no avail.
I know it.
Seven grumbled to himself as he moved back toward the bed. He sat down. He sat there for a very long time. Just how long, he wasn't sure.